Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're going to have a look at the Avengers. Yeah, this was my favourite team. This 100% was my favourite team. When I first started out, that was what, about a year and a half ago now, thereabouts. Yeah, it was my favourite team, and Sal was my favourite character. Of course, that is why he is still the avatar on my main account, and also the avatar for the YouTube channel as well, because I absolutely love this character. I was advised that he was probably copied from I think a certain League of Legends character, and a combination of two characters, I think. But the reason that I enjoyed Sal very much is because of this one simple fact. If we have a look at runes here, Seline converts 20% of own healing into, or healing received into own attack. This is infinite, so Sal can stack his attack infinitely. A lot of people don't know that about Sal's runes, that they do go infinite, and he does convert this 20% of healing received, but he's not like Audrey, he's not like Catherine, in the fact that you need to lose health and heal it back in order for him to convert that 10 to 20%. If it was just healing, then you could just put Seraphina on the team. Sal would become immensely powerful very, very quickly. That's no two ways about it. If that were the case, Sal would be still probably top tier. But as it stands at the moment, he's fallen off quite drastically because of other units that have been released with other actions that can be taken. Now, Avengers, what do they do? So, first things first, if you have 5 Avengers on the team, which is what you do want with Avengers, you don't want to be mixing and matching typically, unless it's for very specific reasons, like to get a Monarch synergy, for example. But you do want the 5 Avengers as often as possible. So grants the allied team 100% to be revived 1 time per battle, restoring 60% of their max HP upon revival. Increases damage boost of revived ally units by 250% for 3 rounds. So when they come back much stronger, is what it's trying to say. Now, if you have 2 Avengers, you typically don't want, 2 Avengers relics, you want 3 Avengers relics, if possible. Having that Hand of Tyr is really, really important. But if you only have 2, you have a 50% chance to retain all buffs prior to death. If you have 3, when Avengers Synergy Mates revive, it has a 100% chance to retain the buffs prior to its death, and the buffs will last for 1 round. So if you have this, basically you will pop back in with all of the buffs that you had. So that's attack stacks, holy shields, defense stacks, HP stacks, everything like that will all effectively will come back with, or where you have 50% chance of coming back with that. And if you have the 3, you have 50%, you have a 100% chance of retaining all those buffs, and they will last for 2 rounds in total. Not only that, but you will have the 250% damage increase as well. So let's jump into some gameplay and see how they do. So we've jumped into a PvP match, as you can see. Got Avengers, and I've got 1 Royal on the team. No other synergies unlocked. I do have Solomon at 3 stars, but the others are all at 2 stars at the moment. And no, I don't have any way of leveling them up. I do technically have a way of leveling Albert up, but I need to get more Dawnbringer fodder in order to do that. So the team here, it's set out in a certain way. I found a lot of people might run Sal down here. They might run Sal in this corner so that he can build up and up and up. But it's not the purpose of Sal. Sal is your frontline unit. He is your first unit that you will deploy in this particular spot. And the reason for that is because of this. The Healing Vase. Sal and Healing Vase go so well together. And let me just explain why. So if you do have him at 7 stars, you unlock this as well. But when Seline receives active healing. He also receives 2 stacks of attack boost, and the limit of attack boost stacks is increased by 15 for the ally team, which means that you can get up to 20 stacks of attack, and if you have him at 7 stars, it also increases his damage as well. So not only is he doing a lot of attack, or does he have a high attack, but he will also do a lot of damage against the enemies as well. With this attack here, Seline summons an Ice Eagle that unleashes Everfrost, dealing 375% magic damage to all enemies for every 1 dead unit on the battlefield. This damage is increased by 10% up to 300%. This works alongside summons as well. So if you have, say, Janna on the team, she's generating those strangers. It also works for enemy units that have died as well. So he gets stronger and stronger the more things that have died on the battlefield. You will have him in position 1 because Healing Vase typically will hit this position 1. More often than not, I would say probably about 80% of the time, Healing Vase will hit this spot 1, powering up Sal and give him additional attack boosts. Also works alongside Persephone to get him up to as high as possible damage-wise, because she's going to heal. And then Solomon here is the tank of the entire Avengers mechanic, effectively, at this level anyway. You have Albert here, who does actually a fair bit of damage. You don't sleep if you are sort of higher leveled. Don't sleep on Albert's runes. Have a look at this. Albert's attack, defense, and max HP are increased by 10% during battle. When Albert is revived, he heals all allies for 20%. This, Albert's attack, defense, and max HP are increased by 20% during battle. When Albert is revived, he heals all allies for 20%. And at the start of battle, there's a 50% chance to apply Pessimism for two random enemies for 2 rounds as well. So don't sleep on him. He's actually a very good unit. Persephone is probably key to the entire Avengers mechanic, in that she heals and applies Fortitude if you have her at 7 stars, which I do currently. So she will apply Fortitude to this slot 1. Another reason that we want Seline to survive for as long as possible is because when he heals, he also converts that into attack. So we want to heal as much as possible, we want to take as much damage as possible, and we want to gain that back as well. Althea is the start of the show. You cannot run an Avengers team without Althea. The reason for that is because of this 6-star passive here. When any unit on the battlefield dies, as the Guardian of Spring of Eternal Youth, Althea increases max HP by 50%. Stacking up to 30 times, so she can get up to 1500% HP. That's why she's so tough. After dealing active damage, there's 33% chance to apply freeze for 1 round. It's not this one, it is this one. When Althea is deployed, the revival effect for the Avengers synergy mates takes effect immediately instead of the next round. What that means is, say for example, Solomon is to go down, a tombstone will appear. That tombstone does not appear if you have Althea at 7 stars. And the reason that's so important is because your entire team can get wiped out in one go, and you'll be left with those little tombstones. I've had it happen to me many, many times before, but that is what can happen. Your entire team gets one-shot or wiped out by an opposing Nawi or Dahlia or whatever, and you have the chance to win, and you have the chance to get that 250% increase to damage when they come back, but they just don't come back quick enough, and you have to wait the entire round. It has happened to me before, and will probably happen to you as well, if you do not have Althea at 7 stars. As for me, I've got her at 6 stars, so we're just going to keep increasing her HP, and hopefully she'll survive for long enough to do enough damage. So we'll see the where is it? Healing Vase. This, I think, yeah, so it goes on Persephone this time, but it's because we went up against, or we reflected back, so she took a little bit of damage before Seline could do what he needed to do. But as you can see, gave 60% HP, 60% relic energy, or 60 relic energy back. We do have Seline building up. He's currently at 10 stacks of attack increase. If he was at 7 stars, he would be at 7 attack increases and 7 damage increases as well. So although his attack is very high, it is truly the damage mechanic that you really need for him. So we do have I would probably say the single best epic, the single best epic relic in the game. That is Blades of Chaos. That is still being used in super high-end modes like Hell difficulty, like in Apex difficulty, in Rift Odyssey, Palace of Penrose, stuff like that. So this the single best, I would say. Then Hand of Tyr, old reliable. This is the first relic that I got, and for me that is it's just so reliable. You can use it in just about every format, everywhere you go. Really, really strong. So we saw Solomon go down. He now has an increase of 250% damage, as well as retaining all of the buffs that he had prior to his attack. As you can see, it takes a long time for the Avengers to do anything at all. And Sal does get that increase in attack and would-be damage. Themis here. Are we going to see a Themis one-shot? Yeah, we are. So as you can see, we have been one-shot here. And look at that. Had we not had Althea on the team, our entire team would have gone down here. But we do get the revive. All of our team here, Sal has retained his buffs. He's got an increase of, he's got his attack stack increases as well. Unfortunately, yeah, on my main account, I have built Sal all dodge. And it is for precisely this reason, is because he goes down so quickly. Like he's the definition of a glass cannon, I think, personally. But yeah, so he's gone down. We lose all of that buff, but I think we should be good to go with Althea here, putting the majority of the work in. She's really strong, especially in this early game. And we've got Albert here doing a fair chunk of damage as well. So we do get Themis here. So frustrating, this Themis, or can be anyway, especially against the Avengers. Valianters against Avengers, never been a good matchup. Never, ever once has it been a good matchup for us. But, again, so slow, they just don't, they're not super impressive for me, Avengers. The only redeeming quality that they do have is that for, I would say, the past 4 months, they have had the best PvP unit in the game, in the form of Aphrodite. So we jump into archives here, we have a look. Aphrodite, I've gone on about her, so toxic. I really dislike this unit, but she is the best PvP unit in the game. There's no two ways about it. Avengers, they do have the best PvP unit in the game. So that's it from me. That's the breakdown of Avengers. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think the Avengers are any good anymore? What teams do you run for Avengers? And yeah, you guys have a great day.